Makes a scream.
Oh, fuck.
And then our 3 honorable mentions.
All right.
Way too loud.
Ready?
Here we go. Scare anyone.
Don't be fucking weird.
Her.
Don't be fucking weird.
Don't be fucking weird.
Don't be fucking weird.
Don't be fucking weird.
Hosted by the funniest 2 people I know.
Don't be fucking weird. Don't be fucking.
Don't be fucking weird with your ass Kale and Sydne.
Hello.
Every time. You know what? I realized that our intro song. Do you remember when we watched the Super Bowl at Timeout Market last year?
Absolutely. I could never forget.
Did you know it was 50 Cent, Eminem, and I don't think Drake performed, but 50 Cent and Eminem performed together, and I think that's and we started the podcast right after.
I remember being like
We were like 50 Cent was upside down.
yes.
And we were like, this is crazy.
There was Snoop Dogg too.
Yeah.
I was that in my life. Timeout Market was such a clutch spot to watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah, pro tip.
Where are we watching the Super Bowl this year?
When is it? Wasn't it didn't it happen yesterday?
No.
The Georgia game?
No, the Golden Globes happened yesterday.
Yeah.
Welcome to episode 27 of Don't Be Fucking
29. Confidence.
Welcome to episode 29 of Don't Be Fucking Weird. I'm your host, Kale.
I'm Sydney.
Edward Cullen over there is Sydney.
I look like Edward Cullen. Got the grippies.
I'm wearing my opposite socks.
You know what that means?
She's crazy.
Cuckoo.
Cute but psycho.
Today we're going to be, so everyone's been doing their in and out list of 2023. So today is our turn.
Our turn. I look like shit right now, but we're a little late to the game. But you know what? I think that ins and outs, we can constantly be talking about them throughout the entire year. And I think that they're really important. And it doesn't matter that ours are late or yours are late or whatever. They're in and they're out. And we need to know about it.
The market was too saturated a week ago.
Yeah, and now it's kind of like niche, and now it's kind of it's vintage.
Now it's vintage to talk about this. So, so I guess every week we talk about our weeks, a little summary, and then we move into our topic. So this week our topic will be the in and outs, and then we do our segments, which is our 3 reasons to scream, and our 3 honorable mentions, and then. Jeez, it's like a whole lesson plan, honestly. And then we do our songs.
We're starting here and we're ending here, and
So
y'all are gonna have a great time.
Yeah, and then we end with our songs of our week. I'm pale as fuck, dude.
I know. What's up with the lighting over your parents' house?
I think I gotta turn this one off.
Yeah.
That's better, right?
Yeah, that's way better. There is a glare from the lights up in the ceiling, but I mean, what can you do?
Better, right?
Yeah.
Jesus, that was
this is our first remote episode. Sydney has been in Florida. I am still here in Brooklyn, New York City. And you get here tomorrow, so I'm really excited to see you.
9 a.m. in the morning. I'll come wake you up.
Okay, come wake me up.
All right.
So how was your week? Talk about it.
Fuck. I think I wrote it down. I've just been chilling in Florida, and every time I'm here, it feels like I'm at a rehab center because, as you can see, I'm just in the gym, and then I'll work out, and then I'll go tan, and then I'll work, and then I do that cycle of gym, tan, laundry.
Yeah.
over and over. And then I've just been hanging out with my family a lot, which has been great. What else have I been doing? Oh, I've been looking at like where I'm gonna go in Europe.
You've been
Um,
going to Publix a lot.
I've been going, so my goal this year, because I'm not posting our last episode where we talked about our goals, but one of my goals is to like maintain 15,000 steps this year. And I've been having to go to Publix and just doing laps 3 times a day around Publix.
Do it up, do it up, do it up.
It's really fun, but it gets boring. That's like all I've been doing. I've been so boring. I've been sober. I've been meeting some of my internet friends who live down here.
Fun.
Yeah, that's very fun. I went out with my brother and then one of my friends who I've known for like 3 or 4 years online, and him and I met up in downtown St. Pete, which was fun.
Oh, so cute.
That's about it. What have you been doing?
Living the Florida lifestyle.
It moves so slow.
Um, well, it's been moving quick over here. I have been hanging out with my friend Riley, which is really cool. We were friends like back in Atlanta, and
I was
I
gonna
think
say, does her last name start with an H?
their last name starts with
Oh,
an M.
oh.
And we've been hanging out like a lot, which has been really cool because Riley is the type of friend where we're always like, yeah, we're gonna hang out, and then like 4 months pass by and we're like, maybe we should like go get coffee or something, and then like
Um,
we cancel on each other and it feels okay. But then finally we were like, all right, let's do it. Having a really nice time. I have been working and kind of just like keeping my head down. I have like a few crushes here and there. I had some things come to an end. I have some like
we lost a few at sea.
we lost a few. You know about it, but not everyone else does. We've just been we've been coming to realizations here, me and Sydney both, of
I had a bad one today.
we're having some bad eggs over here. I can't even, it's like I don't, it's like I signed an NDA or something. I don't even
No,
know
I
what
literally
I
feel
say.
like I'm like my ethical like measurement. I'm like, how much can I talk about this? Like
My bad girl brain is going, just tell him everything. Tell that, like, tell him.
the
And I'm
devil is like telling is like
and it's
still.
loud and it's very, very loud. So I'm like, it sounds boring when I'm like, yeah, I had this like this falling out or whatever, and there's some loose ends over here. Just believe me when I say that we lost a few, okay? And
Lost a lot.
they served their time and now they're done. So that has happened within the last few weeks. And I've just been like chilling. I've been like on my fucking like grind. I've been working out in the gym and practicing pull-ups. I've been cooking at home. I've been working, making my bed every day. Just like,
Yeah. Hello? I can't hear you right now. Hello? Fuck. Can you hear me?
hello.
Oh, now I can hear you. Okay.
That's weird.
That was weird.
So I've basically just been in my like head down era, which has been like a really healthy version of this like sort of lifestyle that people live, and I'm having a really, really, really nice time with it.
Hold on, you're frozen. What the fuck is going on?
I don't know.
Okay, now you're back.
I got my eyes checked today. I got my pupils dilated by the eye doctor. I have 20/20 vision, and yeah, life's looking good right now. That's how my week has been going. There hasn't, I'm like, there's still drama and there's still stories to tell, but it's becoming more like neutral.
Yeah.
Nothing is, I haven't had like a shocking last few weeks, but it has been thoroughly entertaining.
I know I've been like looking for drama being here. I mean, Like, okay, we in our podcast description, not the covering of the mouth. In our podcast description, I'm like, what it's like to find your ex on Grinder, and then I've
Talk about it.
I've never talked about it ever.
I
Like,
know.
I'm like, that's like the same thing with like this ethics like measurement. I'm like, I don't know. Until I like wanted to have a sit down conversation with him and be like, I wanted to come away from like my story with him of like having like some kind of closure. He will not give it to me. He moved to my hometown like for me. He still lives here. So of course, while I'm here, I'm bored. And I'm like, hey,
Hey,
let's get coffee. Like we could be besties. Like he's literally gay and he with like I'm not trying to slide on my ex. Like I'm trying to be like friends with and he won't do it.
not you going full 2006, like he's gay. We could go shopping together.
No, but like I'm just like I'm not trying to like get back together with my ex. I'm like trying to like literally be friends with him and like let him know he has like someone. It's been like what, fucking 5 years.
And you gotta let bygones be bygones. This person is like mentally ill and has proven to be mentally ill in your relationship, after the relationship, and literally still to this day.
It still checks out. He was like, I told so him and me and my gay ex got Max together, my dog that passed away, and I told, yeah, fucking that happened this week. My sister got me like a present that had Max, and I was like, oh, I had a full ass breakdown one night, and my mom just kept being like, but she didn't know what to say. Every time she talked to me, I'm like,
She's like,
she's like, okay, bye. But I texted my gay ex because we got Max together, and I was like, hey, like, do you want to get coffee? I was gonna tell him in person. Like that was like at the time like our child, and like yes, he had a few hundred stepdads in between, but like
and maybe he saw his mom get pushed once or twice, but who cares?
but this was his OG dad, so I was like, I'm like, I feel like I would want to know, I guess, like,
Yeah.
and so I'm texting him like, can we get coffee? He's like, no. He's like basically telling me like, you're dead to me, like, leave me alone. And then I'm just like, I guess I'm looking for some drama. I don't know. I'm bored. And
I
so
am low key, me too. Like, I can't even imagine being in Florida. I'd be like hitting up people from high school, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, no, I'm not there yet, but like I was just like, all right. So I'm like, well, since you won't hang out with me, let me just lay this on you. And so I'm like, Max passed away. And his response is, I almost died. I'm like, bitch, I almost die every other week. Like,
Mhm.
why is that yours? You
Mhm.
didn't though. You're still here to text. Max isn't. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Max isn't here to text right now. You are.
This isn't about you almost dying. F slur.
I think that like when you, because Sydney shared the screenshots with me as besties do, and
Bestie.
my sissy, my opinion about it is like Sydney's a rat, first of all, and second of all, I understand where she's coming from, where she wants to like reach out and be like, hey, let's just let bygones be bygones.
Then forever, dude. We could be friends.
Kumbaya, whatever. And then three, the only thing that I did say, I was like, it sounds like after he's like, no, 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 like I don't have a problem with you, but like stop talking to me, stop talking to me. He said it. There was boundaries established that Sydney was kind of like,
He was like, leave me alone. But you know what? My thing was, I'm like, dude, you keep responding.
no, because men love to argue.
He responded like 3 times in a row to my one, and he'd be like, blah, blah, blah. By the way, leave me alone. Blah, blah,
So,
blah.
like in Florida, you don't have a lot of like drama going on. So you gave him something to talk about for the next month.
Oh, I know.
congratulations. He's gonna tell all. He's like, my ex fucking like reached out to me.
Yes.
He's gonna say it to like everyone. He's gonna tell his mom. It's gonna be crazy. But Sydney, I feel like the third thing, I was like, I feel like you used Max as like the last resort to like get him to be like, oh, Max died. Like, oh shit, maybe
I
we should.
wanted to tell him in person, and I figured that he was this close to blocking me. So it wasn't really necessarily like,
Ticking time bomb.
yeah, it wasn't like a last attempt, but it was like I wanted to tell him in person, and I wanted to like, whoa, I wanted to like sit down and tell him. But the fact that like he kept being like, "You're out of my life, fuck you, bitch," I was like, okay, like I only got like 4 texts to fit this in, and I wanted to tell him. I feel like that was fair. But yeah, it did.
Very
If
fair.
if it was like Paul, like the SoundCloud rapper X, and I was using Max, I feel like that would be more of a desperate attempt because we didn't get him together. Like he was just Max, but he raised Max more. So like,
Did,
his like pregnancy announcement. So like
all kind of raise Max together.
community effort.
Yeah, you had like a commune going a little bit. It's very sweet. Um
Not a commune.
I have to ask you something because Riley did ask me as we're like growing into like our new friendship, like we know each other, but we don't know each other. So we're asking each other like pretty funny questions. And I wanted to see if you would answer this one for me, Sid. Have you this is gonna sound so dumb. Have you your pants as an adult?
Wait, my sister asked you this?
Oh, my friend Riley.
Oh,
My sister asked you?
no. I don't do that in general. So.
No, and if I did, it wasn't at Kimball House while I was working. To our in and outs.
Okay, so that was our week.
That was our weeks.
Um, so okay, so we're going to
Explain what an in and out is, Sid.
okay, so like everyone was posting them on like Instagram stories and like on Twitter. Like here's what people predict is in for 2023 and here's what's out. So like it could be a trend, a person, an action, person, place, thing, noun. It can be anything. It can be a verb, it could be an adjective, it can be whatever your heart desires, in and out. In or out.
In or out, in or out.
In and
I
out.
have no IDs.
When I saw him at Publix, he looks the exact same dude. And I was like,
Hey, good for him.
yeah, I was like, I know that ass. You know that shape of his, like the way his belt rode?
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
After all these years, you still look the same.
I saw his wife too, and she was pretty. I was like, good for you, Mr. Taylor. I didn't know his name until you told me. Anyways, the ins and outs are like basically your predictions. I also asked on our Instagram for people's celebrity predictions just because I think those are funny. I know you're not into pop
They're so
culture,
funny.
but I think it's just funny like what people do predict about celebrities because sometimes they're just like crazy. Like Michael sent me a whole list that he's like handwritten of his predictions. So he has it like in writing of celebrities for 2023. So
Funny.
if you've listened to us before, we've done our hot or not episodes where we say something, it's kind of the same thing, and we do it kind of like seasonally. So I was kind of thinking like you could read something from your in list, and like I don't know if we have to necessarily debate it unless like one of us feels really strongly, or we can both just be like, okay, in. Unless like someone feels really strongly, then like I object. So so I think we both made lists. You sent me yours, but I can't find it now. I think like my storage.
Got it. I got it right here.
Okay, so you haven't seen mine, and so I think it will be good for us to just go through them and then like debate them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want me to start?
You can start and we can go back and forth.
Okay, we're starting with ins only, right?
Yeah, let's do ends first.
Okay.
So what we each think is in.
Let's start it off chill.
Okay.
Um Ins of 2023, Kale Dean's list. Number one, skinny cigarettes.
Sure.
In.
In.
Skinny cigarettes are in.
Your turn.
Okay. Mine, silk pajama sets.
In.
Okay.
Silk pajama sets are in.
Okay, we got Gorp Core.
Borderline.
Okay, so like Arc'teryx, we got Salomon, we have like outdoorsy, blah 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 blah
I
blah.
think it's something that's always going to be in. I think it's already like been in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I do think that Gorp Core is in because it does like Venn diagram with like rave, like you can rave gear and like casual, comfortable, but also like ready to go at any moment. And I think that that's in
Yeah.
like accessibility to multiple things.
I don't think it's out. I think it's like it'll stay in.
I'm not saying it's in, but I'm not saying it's out.
Right. I think it's a good one.
You.
Gorp core is in.
Um homie hopping. If if I'm talking to you and you fuck up and your friend is hotter and your friend's flirting with me, I think it's off limits at this point. I
think as we get
was,
closer to closer to the sun exploding, I think that all bets are off. And you know what? I'll say homie hopping is in as well.
if someone fucks up with me, or if I fuck up with someone, like I know I fucked up, like I'll bleep his name on, and then I know it's a good person and they're into you. Honestly, at this point, I would be like, go for it.
Have a good time. Whatever.
If you're detached enough, if it comes to Nick Hill, no. But there.
I can't deal with the non-linearness of that
But
relationship.
there's levels to it.
Yeah.
So homie hopping for me is in.
Homie hopping is in.
Okay. Listen, I got celibacy. So I'm on the opposite end of that.
No,
Homie hop.
you can homie hop without fucking them.
So celibacy, don't know. Like I think celibacy as a whole is just in, like, not that you have to practice it or like I'm going to practice it or whatever.
But it's like a good.
It's like I just think that it's in, and I think that whoever wants to do it is in the right.
They're not like prude anymore. Now it's like cool.
Correct.
I think celibacy is in.
It's cool also to like hold out on like not fucking on the first date. Like
Mhm.
any sort of sex, like if you fuck on the first date, whatever, that's great.
Right.
But I think it's like super in to not fuck on the first date.
Yeah, I was gonna say like you can be a slut all day long, but I think it's also cool not to be. Like,
Correct.
Celibacy is in.
all right. We've been on this is the first time we're agreeing on a lot of stuff. Okay, I have the term low vibrational meal.
No. We're talking about in still? What is
I think like saying to like not saying to someone, but being like, I'm not eating that, that's like a low vibrational meal is like funny. And I think it's like should be used way more because it's like, you know what I mean? Like that shit's gonna make you feel like shit. That's
okay.
That's a low vibrational.
Low vibrational meals are neutral.
So my next one is saying retarded because that was what you just said was the epitome of that. And I don't ever want you to say low vibrational meal around me ever personally.
No, I'm going to. If like we're about to like
Girl, I don't eat low vibrational meals, whatever they are.
it might be.
What is?
If we are about to like God forbid I get into climbing or something, and say we have plans to go, God forbid, say we have plans to go climbing or something in like an hour, and we're like, let's stop at Hometown Barbecue and get mac and cheese and this. That's a low vibrational meal. That's not going to make us feel good.
I'm ignoring you. What's your next one?
Okay. My next one is dirty chais
Okay.
or in.
Okay.
Dirty chais are in.
I've got DIY, even if it's bad. If you want to build your own shelf and it looks like shit and there's nails coming out of it and it's giving you splinters, it's in, baby. Good job.
It's the heart that counts at this point.
Good job.
I'd rather see that than some IKEA shit.
If you want to make those mirrors that have like the
Okay,
like
no.
yeah, no. If you want to make them, I don't care. Everyone knows what I'm talking about, like
The foam mirrors.
yes, the foam art. Go ahead. If you make that shit, go ahead.
Oh, that's where I draw the line.
I don't care. If you made it and it's bad, you did it yourself, and that's all that matters.
Right. I don't agree.
Okay.
I draw the line at foam.
Okay.
DIY projects are neutral.
My next one is Christian girl sleepovers, which goes along with celibacy. It's where like I'm gonna have a sleepover with a guy and like I might know that I'm not gonna fuck them, but I just wanna cuddle. And like
I have platonic sleepovers on mine.
I think that's nice.
Those are so in right now.
Those are so in and like you can't make me feel bad about that.
This bad boy.
Christian girl sleepovers are in.
My next one, speaking of Christian girl sleepovers, is religion. Religion is in this year, and
out.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Religion is in because faith in any sort of capacity, whether it's like agnostic, Muslim, Buddhist, Christian, whatever, is so sick. It's hot.
I have religion as an aesthetic.
Have faith is hot.
Yeah.
And in any form. And so
Being
I think
devoted to something is so hot.
So religion
I'll tell you later, but
I'm talking about like true like
like going to church.
Like true religion. Like
The
not not as like religion.
Religion is in.
Okay. My next one is going to bed before 11 p.m.
I don't agree with that.
I did at the time. I was going to bed at like 4 in the morning, like a week straight when I wrote this, I think. I don't know if I do with it anymore. I think like staying up till like 9 a.m. is fun.
It's really, honestly, staying up is fun. And you would have asked me that 2 years ago, I would have been like, you're fucking nuts, because I never was like, I was always like, why would people stay up until 3 or 4 or 5?
Fine.
But it's fun. There's an energy, just like early morning. There's an energy early morning and there's an energy early, like late night, and that morphs into the early morning. And I know this is like, bear with me here, but I feel really strongly about this because the early morning, that's only like one, it's like very two-dimensional. When we get into late nights, early mornings, it's combining both of them. And there's something like unmatched about being up at 3, 4, 5, 6 a.m. because like you feel perks of being a wallflower, you feel like infinite. It's weird.
Yeah, it gives like main character, like, especially when you're up that late and you text somebody and they're also up that late, it's like
a secret.
It feels like a secret or this like sacred connection or something. You're like, oh my God, like we're meant to be talking right now. I don't know. Yeah, I was kind of being a nerd when I wrote that.
That's okay.
Going to bed early is out.
Let's see. I got chess is in. Chess is in. And I knew you were gonna agree with me. I knew you were gonna agree with me.
I don't want to.
But chess is in, bitches. Better believe it.
Hard. I don't even know how to play. I keep playing, but I don't know how.
Why don't you play with me?
Do you play on iMessage?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll play you. I don't know how to play. I've been watching tutorials and stuff.
Who taught you to learn chess? Because
Noah.
why does a man have to like
Well,
get
he's been playing iMessage. You know, when we started playing iMessage games, he fell off.
Yeah, but if Noah started climbing, would you go climbing with Noah?
No. Climbing's because of my nails. Do you think these bitches can climb?
Chess is in.
Fuck, where did it just go? Oh. I have big hair as an N.
Big hair.
Like, even if you have, I just think volume. Like,
Yes.
big volume. Like, it doesn't matter if it looks crazy or messy. I think like the bigger the hair, the closer to God.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it thins the face a little bit too.
Yeah.
Um,
Big hair is in.
let's see. I'm gonna do two in one because we have long lists. Um, going to the movies and group texts.
You have group text on N?
I'm a changed woman.
You really are.
I know. I love texting now. I love texting in my group. I have a movie like because I have a movie group chat going, and then I've got like
You guys
work
heard of
group
Letterbox?
chat. What?
I mean, do you know what Letterboxd is?
I just learned about it.
Yeah, you got to get on that. That's like a movie group text.
And then I have like my Night Owls group going, which is like me, Tanner, and Sam. So I like group texts, and I think that they're in for 2023.
That's surprising.
Group texts and movie theaters are in.
I have my next one is hard launching people as like relationships. Like, I feel like people usually like do like a soft launch, like they're at dinner with somebody and like there's like I don't know. You know what I mean? Like when someone's like starting to fuck with someone again. I think just like full send, post the whole face of them on your story. Post a picture of you guys in a kissing booth together. Like let me know the whole story, tag them. Hey, everyone, meet my boyfriend.
You're in your nosy era. You wanna know.
I'm in Florida and now I'm watching people's stories. I don't ever watch stories. Now I'm like on Instagram and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yep.
Hard launching is in.
Okay, so I got this is like a four piece. Dewy look, glitter, lip liner, and thin eyebrows.
Yes. Latina,
Yep.
Latina era.
No, literally. Yes.
The thing is, if I wear that stuff, I look like I just got off of a boat from a Hispanic country. Like
It's giving Roxanne for sure.
if I go a little bit thinner, if my lipstick is like not fully covering my lips, people are asking me if I speak like I might have to edit this out. That's
Lip liner, thin eyebrows, and dewy skin are in.
should we go into our outs or do you have more ends?
Onto our outs.
Okay, because the rest of my ends are kind of like
Mine are like sweet and cute, whatever.
yeah, okay.
Okay, so one of my first outs is gonna be very confrontational, but Alex G is out.
Has he had any like I feel like he has just like misogynistic.
He had his time. He had his time in 2019, 2020, but it's time for him to go.
Pack it up.
It's time for Alex G to pack it up and for everyone who listens to Alex G to pack it up.
I agree. Shut the fuck up. Like everyone knows about it. People that listen, like name drop it, that they listen to it and think that they're the fucking God's gift to Earth. Like they think they're like,
Yes.
so cool.
They're like Alex G, like
Sandy.
so underground.
I can't. Okay, I agree.
Alex G is out.
My first one is people that are intentionally trying to be super casual on Instagram. And I say that because I follow a bunch of these like influencers who, if you're an influencer and you're doing your little poses and like posting whatever, you know that like what went in, it was like a whole production. And now these
Wow.
influencers are trying really hard to like do this like photo dump casual Instagram. Like they're posting just like random shit from their camera roll that's like not funny, not cute. Like they're just throwing shit together to try to look like they didn't put that much thought into it. And I know that they, like I've seen their Instagram over the years. I know they're putting like their whole pussy into this and now
Uh-huh.
to act casual. And I'm like, baby, just stick to the curated shit you've been doing. Like this is a trend to do this like photo dump stuff. And like
Mm-hmm.
not everyone's in on the trend. Like some people have just been posting like that, but like the people that, like you can tell when there's a shift to doing it.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like I follow Billie Eilish on Instagram and I feel like she does that.
really,
Yeah, I feel like it's like trying but not trying.
they're
I don't know.
trying so hard to look like they didn't really think about what they're posting. And it's like, it's a like, and then there's people that really struggle with Instagram and like they're like having a lot of anxiety to post on it. And like that's okay, but like don't try to make it look like you're not. Like
Yeah, just be
yourself.
confident with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do whatever you need to do. Like if you're posting like curated shit and I've been following you for that, like I appreciate that. But then when I see that shift, I'm like, oh God.
Yep.
I think I've had that shift, but like mine was going from like my Finsta to my like real Instagram. So I'm like, maybe that's what it is. So I don't want to be that judgment. I don't know. But
I really like just posting on stories. I don't really like
oh,
posting
I
on
love stories.
actual page. I'm like, just get this information like quick. It's gone in 24 hours. Like I don't need anything being permanent.
Yeah.
Um,
Casual Instagram is out.
second thing that's out is taking pictures of the book you're reading.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that is the most annoying shit I've ever seen in my entire life. It's giving I'm better than you. It's giving I'm an intellectual. It's giving pick me. It's giving just it's giving out
It's
is what it's
really been
giving.
a trend too. It's like people are trying so hard to like shift back to this like narrative of like not being on their phones or something. And it's been a
Uh,
new, like, it's the same thing, right? Like, if you've always been posting like photos of the book and you're like circling a part you really like, or whatever, like feels like authentic to what that person's been posting. But now it's like everyone is trying to prove that they read handheld books. And it's like, and they're
yes.
posting photos of it on the subway or like,
Mhm.
it's, you can just like I feel like anytime someone's not being authentic, you can just tell. Like
You can sniff it out. Yeah.
and like because I don't want to say that and then like people feel afraid to post like part of a book because I like when people post like something they actually are reading and they like and they circle it and it's not like a photo shoot set up to show that they're what
But
there's
also like no one's but also in the same breath as like people are going to be afraid to post it.
Mhm.
Like we are grown ass adults. Like we can't be afraid to like post something
Right.
because someone says that it's like annoying or
Exactly.
whatever.
This is just like a
If you want to post a picture of you reading A Million Little Pieces, then go ahead because that's a
which is a
great book.
fraud anyways.
Crank, whatever. If you want to post yourself reading The Hunger Games, then go ahead. I think that that's badass. But I think that posting pictures of you reading Lolita or fucking what's it
Oh no, bell hooks, all about love.
bell hooks
And
um
attachment book.
hmm,
And the body
or
keeps score.
House of Leaves, like shut the hell up.
It's good. It's just like it's just like proving to be it's trying too hard. It's the same thing with the casual Instagram. It's like it's not real. It's like you're trying so hard to like prove something that's it's like an aesthetic and it's I don't like
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Posting pics of what you're reading is out.
Went off on those. Um, I don't know when I wrote this list because my like views on stuff change every single day. Like I'm reading my
always talking about it.
my out list right now. I'm like, what the fuck? No, that's in. I have ghosting, and I think I meant like in my own. I'm gonna try not to ghost as much because I don't think it's hot, but like I am a pro ghoster, so I don't.
He's Danny Phantom.
I I have ghosting is out, but low-key I like to ghost, so I don't know.
Ghosting is out.
I think it is like we're all adults. You should just I'm having that struggle right now, but like
Even though we lost a few, they didn't ghost, and that's important.
and I don't need a whole sit down like explanation on why I don't like you and you don't like me.
Yeah.
But I think just telling someone like, "Hey, I don't fuck with you anymore. Goodbye," is enough.
Yeah. All right. Peace be with you.
I'm about to
Ghosting is out.
Let's see. Well, speaking in the same vein of Instagram, having a lot of followers is out. Trying to reach for clout to get more and more followers is definitely out. I think the less followers you have, the more intriguing you are to me personally. So no more meeting random strangers at bars and being like, follow me on Instagram. It's like, I don't want you on Instagram. I'm never gonna hang out with you. Let's
but I do hang out with some randoms I meet.
You're a different breed. I think a lot of people don't actually.
Really?
But I like anytime I meet someone like those people that we met in Chelsea that one day, like
No,
by
no.
the Chelsea
I
market.
respond to their stories that we took the photos with our heads in the holes.
Yeah, but I'm not I'm not trying to like I'm already like keeping my circle small.
Yeah.
I don't need more followers of people that I met for like 30 seconds.
See, I'm like I'll keep up with them though. Like that's my yeah, with internet people.
I need to focus on keeping up with my friends that I've been friends with for 7 years. Like I don't need to keep up with
but like yeah, I don't know. To each their own.
so that's my out.
Having a lot of followers is out.
My next one is porn.
Thank God someone said it.
And that's not to like shame sex workers or anything, but at the same time I do think like but porn in itself, I think I'm just like something's wrong with these men.
When I say yes, porn is out, I'm talking about men. I'm talking about men who watch porn because as someone who was in the past a sex worker,
Yeah.
I think there's nothing wrong with getting your bag, whatever. It's
Right.
like a very, if you want to do that, which I wanted to do that at one point, it's like that's all you, baby. Go ahead, whatever. But I think that it gets really, really tricky because I've had many relationships where like the guy I was dating had such a bad relationship with porn that it ruined his relationship with me. It ruined his relationships for like friends, future relationships. I think that men often don't hold a lot of expansion for emotional maturity. And I think that porn kind of cuts it off even earlier, especially with like romantic intimacy and like physical intimacy.
Mhm.
It ruins a lot of the like mystery and like silliness that sex can be. So
And it holds this like expectation of what it should be that it's like
yeah.
probably not.
And like bodies, what bodies are supposed to look like, what
in general,
yeah, what like we're supposed to sound like I have very, very, very big thoughts on this, but yes, porn is out.
Yeah, we could do a whole episode on that.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I think it's out too.
Pornography is out.
Let's see. I got French people.
French?
I'm not going to expand on that one. I think I just want to move past that really quick.
Okay.
I have let's see. High fives.
Youth pastor vibe.
I love like dapping people up, whatever, but high fives. It's giving where's my hug at, but
But
like
like
in
worse. Yeah, it's
yeah,
like something's wrong with you if you're high-fiving me.
it's giving you can't find the clit.
Um,
High fives are out.
my next one is street interviews.
I was just reading mine. I have street interviews on mine too.
Nobody should be fucking at like, did you see that one video? It's like people coming up to an influencer at the mall and everyone's like, what's your rent? What's your body count?
Yeah.
And they're like, did you give them a sound bite? And they're like, no, no. Like it's everyone just like, and it's becoming the
Oh, and like people doing like really crazy, like stealing a baby out of a stroller to see what other people's reactions are. Like, we should not be doing that.
it's giving The Rehearsal by Nathan Fielder. Like everyone's
Yeah.
acting like they're actors, like in their own little world.
Everyone's acting like they're like journalists or something. Like, but they're asking the most dumb questions. Like, I don't care about someone living in New York City paying $4,000 for a studio apartment. I also don't want to see it like
That it's not a shock. Like I think that's a normal. I don't know. I could go
yeah,
on to say about that too.
yeah.
Street interviews are out.
I got, let's see, cancel culture.
I
Cancel
have that
culture.
too.
Cancel culture is out. We're not canceling
Holding people accountable is different from cancel culture, and I think
that.
that's what we need to establish.
You know, it's in believing women.
Shout out Caroline.
Shout out Fine Slime. Believing women with their stories of SA, sexual assault, like just and being, you know what's in? Being fucking friends with girls. Like
You're not
being
having to state that you're like a girl, like
holding girls close to you is in, and cancel culture is out of being like, yo, like I don't like what is cancel culture when I say that? I don't really know, but I just think that like say like holding someone accountable, like having conversations with people, having confrontation, like healthy confrontation instead of like doxing people, instead of like telling people to like kill themselves and like not listening, like
yeah. And I think that's why like Caroline's like our friend, like to anyone that's listening. And it's been the whole Channel 5 Andrew Callaghan shit. And like when she first started, she spoke out about him and in her first video was like, I'm not trying to cancel him. And I like really admired that about her because her whole thing is like he just got this HBO show. He's going to be on tour. He's going to be like her thing was to like warn
other people.
And she reached like she had been posting on her Instagram where like she doesn't like TikTok shit can blow up. Instagram it's not going to. She had been posting for weeks saying like please everyone like this is what's happening. Like she had been trying
even before his show came
yes,
out. I remember
she's been talking about it. And like she reached out to him and she tried to get his attention. Like it's not like she just went straight to this platform to cancel this man. Like that's a big thing that I was like super like behind her with. I was like,
yeah.
She wasn't just trying to cancel him. Like even if she was just trying to get her check, like go for it. But like she wasn't. That was the thing. Like she genuinely is just like this guy needs to be held accountable because he's this like social justice warrior and like y'all shouldn't be believing him. And I'm like, okay, yeah.
Your favorite journalist, your favorite influencer, your favorite dude, guy, probably you 8 times out of 10 is not a good guy. Sorry to say it.
Unfortunately, if it's a man, they're probably.
Unfortunately, if it's a man who's 30 something years old, he maybe has dated an 18-year-old. So, sorry to say it.
I hate to see it.
Cancel culture is out.
Anyway, you're next.
Okay. Um, um, what's I? Oh, I have drinking as one that's
Me
out.
too. Oh my God, our outs list is so similar.
I think that like it's a good time to be sober. I don't know. Like, I feel like a lot of people are kind of like, drinking just sucks. And like,
As a bartender, I'm like, yeah, drinking's out.
yeah, that sucks. Like,
Yeah.
I I drink again during the holidays and like I'm at the point where I'm like also I'm not like you can't have a drink and like have fun, but I think it's way more controlled the way I'm drinking now. And I'm just like, it's not even that like if I think like a meal will be better with a glass of wine or a cocktail that goes along with it or like a sake or however the fuck you say it. I think that's fine. Like I don't think like all drinking is like the devil, whatever, but I'm like, I don't even think it's that fun. Like, I don't know. I
It
think
has
drink
a time and place.
it does. I think like if it's gonna make your experience a lot better, then and I know a lot of people have social anxiety around it and like need it. So I understand that, but like overall, I just think it's bad.
Yeah.
Drinking is out.
Macro or micro dosing is definitely in. Not to keep going back and forth. Drinking is out, but micro dosing is in.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
I think that I'm just gonna like fire off some of
Yeah.
mine that we don't have to like get super into, but I got food blogs, filters on Instagram, tarot. We
Mhm.
have correcting people's pronunciation, attachment styles. I hate to say this next one, but zines unfortunately are out. Amazon, roommates,
Oh,
Taylor
I disagree with roommates.
Taylor Swift, oat lattes,
Mhm.
and um, dating apps.
I have oat milk dating apps, buccal fat
Yeah,
removal, sorry. Soft launching, naming things after celebrities, like the Erewhon has like a Hailey Bieber shake or smoothie. Or no, I'm sorry, Hailey Bieber nails is like a trend right now, and then the Bella Hadid smoothie. I'm like, that's such fan behavior. Like, who wants to go order that? Even if it was a good smoothie, you don't have to name it after somebody.
embarrassing.
I have sexual carelessness,
Okay,
counting calories, and then religion as
so
my
out.
aesthetic.
Yeah,
And oat milk, yeah.
I think being in a deficit is in, but calorie counting is out.
Yeah, and I think you can, oh, you know what else I have that's kind of I have on my outs filler, getting face filler and Trader Joe's.
That sucks. As a woman who hates cooking in New York City, that one was a shot to the heart.
I think Trader Joe's is like faux healthy. It's like all refrigerator or like microwave food, and they're just like branding it as healthy.
Really, really, really efficient in someone who works 12, like 11-hour shifts and wants something quick and easy.
But it's not
And,
healthy.
but like,
It's
I'm
not
not
it's not like
like,
the
I'm not making all of the freezer food. Like, I will take some of their like bagged lettuce and then I'll cook some chicken and then I'll put like tomatoes on it. But
yeah,
like,
I don't know. Something a vibe about it is just something about it is
yeah, giving commodity for sure.
giving like it was frozen. It's not like actually fresh. I don't know. Something about it is like,
It's giving packed with sodium. That's what it's giving.
yeah, preservatives or something. I don't know. I feel like some shit's gonna come out about them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then my last one, I have matching outfit sets.
Yeah. Whatever.
So those are you good or are you still going?
Yeah, no, those are it. I was gonna move on to the celebrity predictions if you have time.
Okay, let's do it.
Just run through them really quick. Michael and I, since so Michael's my friend, anyone that doesn't know that I met on Tumblr when I was like 15, and he's the reason I like got sober because I got in a fight with him, but now we're like back and we're good. Um,
Okay.
I was a bitch. but he sent me an in and out list, or no, not in and out, his celebrity prediction list.
Mhm.
And I'll read it. This is like what inspired me to ask anyone else because I was like, that's
Okay.
so. Dolly Parton dies.
Oh my God.
Possibility from her breast implants leaking, causing septic shock.
Jesus.
So Shawn Mendes comes out as gay. I think that is
That's definitely gonna happen.
Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon get back together. She's pregnant.
With Nick Cannon's like 14th kid.
20th. Yeah. Jimmy Fallon, wait, announces retirement. I could sometimes that's also why I love the celebrity predictions because sometimes they're just like basic, like, yeah, I could see that happening.
I can see it.
Yeah, like they're not that crazy. Elon Musk dies. It's a cover up by the Illuminati. He's actually alive in parentheses.
Okay, Tupac.
Meg the Stallion gets pregnant.
Okay.
That's his whole list. I also asked on our Instagram and we got some. Let's go look. I think Britney Spears is gonna be announced dead already. I think she's already dead, unfortunately. Or like cloned. Something's up.
Okay. Mine was I think JoJo Siwa is gonna come out with double pronouns, she, they, or they, she pronouns.
We got on our Instagram, Tradcath equals out for celebrity predictions. Kanye will go on Red Scare.
Okay.
We don't listen to other podcasts.
We don't listen to podcasts. Sorry about that.
I know it's a podcast, but I don't. Yeah. Another one said Kanye with a bunch of eyes. I think some shit with like Kanye, Jeffree Star is gonna happen. Like,
what's up with Jeffree Star?
Jeffree Star spoke out saying he's gonna uncover everyone that's in the Illuminati and tell like all these secrets. And he's like, I've seen some dark shit. I'm like from LA. He like posted this whole video. And then there was like that whole scandal that him and
You're
Kanye.
lagging.
Hello.
You're lagging and
you're frozen.
hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me and see me?
Yeah, now I can.
Damn, the computer heard we were.
Wait, that's crazy. Can you hear me now? I can't hear you.
Jeffree Star said he was gonna say like everyone who's in the Illuminati.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wait, that's okay. Anyways.
And that's why he moved to like Montana.
Yeah. Yeah. He was like, I'm in the middle of nowhere. Like, no one can get me now. That's so weird that it just got laggy.
That's really weird.
Paris Hilton as the Dazzler and MCU. I don't know. I think Paris Hilton is up to no good. I'm just gonna throw that out there right now.
Huh?
She's apparently Britney Spears' best friend. Britney Spears is nowhere to be found right now. Britney Spears has no wedding photos. I could do a whole episode on Britney Spears, but I'm not gonna get into it. She's apparently her best friend, and now Paris Hilton is coming out with music. She said she was at her wedding. She's some shit. She's like always the top comment on Britney's post, and it's like obviously not Britney. I don't trust Paris Hilton.
Okay.
Jen and Ben Affleck split again. I first read this Ben and Jerry's, like the ice cream.
And Jerry's no longer. They retired too, just like Jimmy Fallon.
J-Lo gets canceled.
J-Lo, I heard, is a bitch.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
She also shares a birthday with me.
She is a Leo. Mm-hmm. Kanye is going to come out as trans.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
And then just because I asked, I'm just gonna, so that's our celebrity predictions. There's nothing that groundbreaking. I'm gonna read what people said really quick for their ends. Like we don't have to like harp on them, but I'm just gonna read what everyone wrote in.
Okay.
So what everyone that our listeners wrote in that is in for 2023. Aperol spritz, not going home for Christmas, boobs, smoking cigarettes, the color orange, kissing, listening to the radio, tipping drag performers with drugs, farting in front of your significant other, calling things gay, being delusional, being more mysterious, listening to full albums, doing things for more than 30 minutes. Okay. And then,
cool.
oh my God, no way. We're already at our last 10 minutes. Jesus.
Oh my God.
And then the outs, really quick, I'll read through them. Negroni Spagliato.
Yes.
Vapes, watching TV shows, green tile, vitamins, being mean, going to get drinks as a date, 9 to 5 jobs, ketamine, TikTok, paying rent on time, in parentheses, they'll get it when they get it.
Hilarious.
Political correctness, Dior Sauvage. I don't know how to say that. I think it's a cologne. Low key recycling, is it real? Functional
That
beverage.
was gonna be one of mine.
Me too.
I agree with all of those except for vitamins.
Me too. I was gonna say vitamins and green tile. I think there's a time and a place.
Like a seafoam green tile.
No, like an olive, like dark green tile.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Kind of pretty.
Okay, well, every week we do our 3 segments.
We
One
should
being
call back really quick for them.
really?
I think we should end it really quick and just call back because it might take like 10 minutes, just so we don't have to call back for the last 2 minutes.
Okay, well, I'm gonna hang up then.
Okay, I'll send you the invite.
Okay.
Okay, 2 seconds.
Okay.
All right. All right, so our segments. So we can move into our segments.
Our segments.
Move into our segment.
Our segments. Yay. Yeah, so every week we do our weekly or episode segments or whatever, however you want to say it, being 3 reasons to scream. And that is stuff that pisses us off, makes us angry, irritates us, we think is lame. Yeah, just whatever we like, just stuff that blows. And then
You said three reasons to scream, and then
my computer died. And then our 3 honorable mentions, things that make us feel really great and are sexy and we want to celebrate and yeah, just make us feel warm. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah. I will start with our 3 reasons to scream. My number 1 being people assuming you want a relationship but not communicating with you. Think that that's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, that's every man in New York.
Every single men in Toronto too. Assuming that
that was one of your outs. It's correcting the pronunciation. There's a correcting people's pronunciation, like there's a nice way to I feel like there's a nice way.
What do you do? Where is this coming from?
Toronto is pronounced Toronto.
Really?
James Davis told me that because but he said it in a like it's a thing just like so you don't say it and someone mean or correct you. You know, I think
you say Toronto.
That's how you're supposed to say it, yeah.
Toronto.
You're not supposed to pronounce the second T.
I had no idea. Well, thanks for telling me.
Yeah. Just so anyone listening, I didn't know either.
But it's just very typical for men in general to be like, yeah, I just like wasn't looking for a relationship, even though I did all of these grand gestures that make it seem like I actually wanted the relationship. And so I'm cutting it off right now because I think that you want a relationship. And I'm like, wait. When did I ever say that? When did I ever communicate that? When did you ever ask me? When did I ever show that that's what I wanted? When did I ever make those grand gestures that you actually did?
Mm-hmm.
Moving on. My second one is when we were talking about porn, this stems into it. men's fascination with younger women.
Is every man a fucking pedophile? I don't. And
It is.
I know we sound like fucking like 30-year-old women saying this because it's like when you're younger and like when
But
I was
it's bad even when I'm 27. And so it's bad when I'm saying it now.
no, same. I mean, we're still in our 20s. Like, so it's not even like we're like these older women saying this. It's like men that are in our mid 20s or early 30s or maybe even mid 30s. I don't know. But like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
What's going on? Because it's becoming more and more common. I'm running into it a lot more often. Um, Someone came into the bar the other day and was like bragging about he's like 36 or something. He was bragging about how he like made out some 22-year-old at Three Diamond Door. And I'm just like, what do you think? Like, they think that they're like winning a game. They think that they get like a prize, or they think that their ego gets boosted or something like that. It's giving Lolita, it's giving pedophile. I don't
It's
like
giving pedophile.
I will say, I'm always going to say it's not all men, but I'm really, really searching out there for the men that it isn't, because I'm running into way more scenarios of just being totally grossed out and creeped out recently.
Mhm.
And I want someone to make it stop. Because I'm rooting for y'all,
We're
but
like we don't hate men, but like you guys are making it really, really hard to like
really,
you.
really, really, really hard.
All of
Um,
you. Like you need to
all
do
of you.
so much fucking better.
Yes. So, number three is the food that you've been fixating on tasting like shit.
Oh, that's the worst thing ever.
I
Actually, the worst thing ever.
no. I fixated on Greek yogurt with like a
Oh, I've done that too.
spoonful of peanut butter, and I mix it in, and it's like really like sweet and savory and sour. And I took too much of a bag of
Yes.
peanut butter, and I was like, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever fucking eaten.
I
And I'm
hate when that happens.
so sad because I really loved it. I was like treating it like it was like a special occasion.
No,
Damn.
hyperfixation. When you're hyperfixation, it's like getting the ick about a guy you really like, and you're like,
Yeah, you're like, damn, I was on a roll with this one.
yeah.
All
Those
right,
are
what are
did I put mine on the computer? On the phone? Oh, okay. My first one, let's just start straight off the bat, is my taste in men. I was telling you earlier, I was writing like for me to not fuck with somebody, it takes a lot. And that's
No, she's being dead ass, y'all. She gives a lot of people a lot of passes.
you guys like I'll give like 5 passes, and for that fifth pass to be something horrible, it means the first four were like questionable. And like usually they're really like not even red flags, they're like no. They're like no's. And I'll still give people that pass. Like if I get to know you more and more, I'm giving you a lot of passes. So to really fuck up, like you've got to do some fucked up shit. And like
Yeah.
that's saying something on me because like I got to get past that point where I'm even giving people these many passes in the first place. But my taste in men just fucking sucks. So if I've liked you, you need to check yourself
Do better.
because my taste sucks. My second one is that dog that communicates with the buttons. Do you know?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
I hate that thing. I don't. I'm like kind of on a
They shouldn't do that.
no, and like my dad has a golden doodle, and so does my grandma, and like golden doodles just need to be stopped being bred. They're too smart. Like we're going too far with the dog breeding, and that dog just like proves it, I think. And my third one is writing a cover letter for a job.
Yeah, boo. That sucks.
If you have a resume and like a portfolio, I think that's all you need. You don't need to fucking write a letter. That's like sales. Cover letters.
You don't need to write a letter that's like, please, please, please let me work
Cover
here.
letters are desperate as fuck. Like, no. So that's my three.
Please let me slave over this
Please,
job.
that's why I'm so qualified. Like, no, you should be able to tell. I don't know.
Maybe
Whatever.
in person, you'll know.
Yeah, let's do an interview.
Um, three honorable mentions. Number one is a fun drink. I love I love a fun drink. I love going to the deli and getting like a Vibes or a Olipop or a Recess or a coconut water or a Gatorade or a Diet Coke or a Coke Zero or
Anything.
a vanilla Coke, like anything.
A fun drink is what keeps me alive. I'm not even kidding.
I love having a fun drink, so
A
that's
fun
definitely
Betty.
a mention. Number two are these pants that I'm wearing that my friend Lena made me. They are my new climbing pants and my new everyday pants. They're very comfy. I've gotten a lot of compliments on them, and I think it's really cool to support women, two, your friends, and three, paying them for the work that they put in. And I think it's really sexy when people have sliding scale, but I think people most of the time have it. And you should, if they're even offering a sliding scale, you should go more towards the higher up one. I'm just saying, that's just me. Have I been a person that's like bought lower end of like sliding scale stuff that people have offered? Yes, that's why it's there. But I'm like, sometimes we gotta be fucking for real. Like you can afford the higher price sliding scale.
Like a
So I
five.
love my pants.
Too.
I love my pants. And then three, I'm giving a shout out to Shang for making
Oh,
this
me too.
all possible because I would not be able to do a remote podcast with my best friend Sydney without a fucking computer. And I
Shang,
haven't.
Shang deserves all the shout outs.
Shang is like one of those men that I like was like that's the exception, like the two out of the 8 out of 10.
Shang is my roommate.
Shang is Sydney's roommate, and Shang is a
Shang
listener.
away.
Shang Lang is a listener of the podcast, and three gave me this computer that I'm on right now for fucking free. For free. Unheard of. Unfucking heard of.
Oh, I kept telling my mom, I was like, Shang is the sweetest person ever. Like, who gives someone a MacBook Pro? Like, just because I don't even know, like he listens to it when I'm like, him and Yannick will sit in the kitchen and I'm editing it out loud while we're like doing dishes or something. And like, they're all just like, I think that's how they listen to it like for the majority of it. I don't know if he even like wants, like people that are really close to me, like don't even want to listen to it sometimes. I think it like scares them. But he like will tell other people to listen to it, which is also so cute. He's like, my coworkers all listen. I'm like, I don't even think he does. Like, I think he gets scared to listen to it sometimes, but he's just like the nicest person and like the sweetest, most selfless person I've ever met,
He
probably.
is the shit. So he definitely made it into the honorable mentions. Thank you,
Yeah,
Shane, for the computer.
long overdue. We love
Yes.
Shang Lang.
Shang Lang, Shang Shang, Shang.
I can't wait to see him tomorrow. Okay, my three honorable mentions. My first one is celebrity sizing people the way that we do. So Kale and I have this group of like I hate to say it because I don't want it to sound like an inside joke that nobody's in on because that's like always annoying. But like we have this list of like 20 people that are just normal everyday people and like
They're the most normal people just living their life.
they have no idea. But to us, like to me, that's my Kim Kardashian is when the bisexual posts. Like there's one that's like we call him the bisexual. I don't know his real name. Like, but
I
when
don't
the bisexual posts a story, like we're tweet like every move.
We met him at a rave at like
Yeah.
4 in the morning once. And whenever he posts, it's like we love and like who else we have a couple people. We have one person who's really messy on Twitter. We love following her
I
Twitter.
forgot about her. That's what was missing.
And we love to like screenshot stuff back and forth, but it's like
Lots to make fun.
they're not normal, and we're not like ever making fun of them. We're just like, I love the shit that they post because like it's so far off from us, but like seems so close to us at the same time. It's hard to explain.
They're just like icons, and like it's literally like you could be listening to this and you could be one of them. You might not even know because it's literally they walk among us, but they are literally like to me, they are they are the Britney Spears of our generation.
Yes.
They're the voices that I would
shout out to our celebrities. They don't even know who they are.
Shout out to our celebrities. I love you guys, keep me going. My second one is January 6th, the insurrection of the Capitol. I'm obsessed. It's been like my hyper fixation. It is so iconic. Like I think it's so funny that it's also like all the like most patriotic people that were like being meth heads. I'm like obsessed.
I thought it was like, honestly, I just even no matter what political group it was, I thought it was iconic.
It's iconic to storm the Capitol. Like the girl that got shot and died, like right before it, she said like, no, nothing is a match for me. And then she climbed down and died.
The old lady, and then the people
with the flag. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with everything about it. The guy that from Bradenton that was in the werewolf costume went to Bayside Church, whereas like the school I got kicked out of, it's all I'm just obsessed. Like I could do a documentary on January.
Not Ariel Pink and John Mouse being at the storm of the Capitol too. Like what is that?
I wish I was there, honestly. Like it's iconic. Like I don't know. I'm obsessed with January 6th.
Honestly, I could have climbed that wall too.
You literally that's what you've been training for is next year. Like there's gonna be like a 5th year anniversary. I'll start rock climbing for that. Like fuck. Okay. And then my third one is Quora. Do you know it's like a search engine? It's like it's not Reddit and it's not Google and it's not like Ask Jeeves. It's like
I used to cheat on my like math tests with that.
Quora is fucking out of pocket. It like you Google one thing and your Quora will start sending you the funniest like the emails I get from them. They're like they always ask like the wrong like Quora is just I've been like hyper fixating out on it for the last week. I'll have to show you. Like you have to it's like an experience.
Okay.
I'll show you like tomorrow.
Okay.
But if you know, you know.
No.
If you know, you know. Quora. Whoa.
Okay, so those were our segments.
I love our segments.
And then we're gonna do our song or songs of the week.
How many do you have?
I have 2.
I have yeah, I got a couple. You go first.
First one is gonna be My Bloody Valentine. It's called I Only Said. It's very, very repetitive and very like grungy emo. It's an old song from like one of my like very old playlists that I have, but I've been like rediscovering my old playlists that I've made, and it came up and I've been listening to it ever since. And then we have like one that has like a really, really long title, and it's called Milk Cassette X.mp3-demo, and it's by Analog Mannequin, and it's another very classic Kale walking song very tranquil. It's nice to like wake up to, like, for a slow start. It's really beautiful, and yeah. I love it.
I'll have to show you the way I was editing like the last video. I searched the songs that we said and then I put the music videos in between. So it was like good, but I'll do that for this one.
Cute.
It was cute. Okay, mine are, because then we don't have to play them because we couldn't hear them anyways. Mine is, where to go? Sorry. My first one is Jumbotron Shit Poppin', which just sounds so dumb saying, but it's by Drake and I've been obsessed.
Wake up, filthy.
Yeah. We ain't even out in Turks, you finna take sand. Riding around with F and then we like to hold hands. Both with two sipped out, he ain't need a bed. Then I did the pint of tech in a cold red. If I tell this bitch to pull her, she gon' mope.
Okay. To it on repeat. The second one is On and On by Puri and Tommy.
Big night with my weed, but the beat goes on and 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 on. Outside, girl tired, but the beat move on and 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 on. Good vibes into beat in the air now.
And then my third one is, where'd it go? Oh, In a Dream by Raquel.
Yes. We used to listen to that like every single hour on end when I first moved to New York.
Yeah. That one. Yeah. It's so good. It's a classic. I was gonna do a Gwen Stefani song and then I was like, damn, she just said she was Japanese. So I'm like,
she's fucking nuts.
Everyone in Hollywood is going fucking insane right now. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know, but there's something in the water.
We're gonna start lagging again if we talk about it.
We can't talk about it too much. Anyway, I gotta go and work out because
I got a flight in like 5 hours. I gotta go every time.
And I gotta pee.
See you soon.
See you soon. See you so soon. I can't wait to see you.
Okay, have a good workout.
Okay, thank you. Have a good flight. I will.
Okay, thank you everyone if you listened to our first remote episode. I know the quality is not what you're used to, but we're gonna stay consistent and
we're back, bitches.
Yeah, we're back. And if you listen, love you.
Love you so much.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Don't be fucking weird.
Don't be fucking weird. Don't be fucking